Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. As for today, we will begin our chapter 8 for ICT 652 with the title Ethical and Professional Issues. So relatively, this chapter is going to be related on keadaan semasa meaning on the ethical issues, and professional issues would be related as part of your basic knowledge lah, persediaan awal lah kita panggil as preparation for your LI, latihan praktikal. Because bila dah masuk latihan praktikal, definitely the ethical and professional issues is going to be related. So chapter ni tak adalah susah mana sebab dia berkaitan dengan isu semasa. So the chapter outline, okay, the chapter outline kita ada 5, with innovation social issues in IT. Yang ni besar dia punya konteks, it can be any social issues regarding ITs. And also we have some cultural issues of Eastern, Western and Malaysian societies. Basically, there are slight demographic reference lah here. Tapi naturally, Malaysian culture comprises almost similar throughout the country lah. Cuma dari segi mungkin, sebelum ni mungkin ada penetration, IT penetration, that would be different from the Eastern and Western. I hope the issue is not big in digital gaps lah. And then we have evolution, 8.3, evolution on computer technology impact in digital generations. Yang ini we talk about the changes of throughout the decades, right? The changes throughout the decades on how IT impacted our daily communications, accessibilities, affordabilities, which is mungkin 20 tahun lepas mungkin tak semua orang mampu untuk membeli apa-apa yang berkaitan dengan IT compared to now. 8.4, we have professional ethics and responsibilities. Now, yang ini you have to have that mindset. Sekarang ni perlu tanamkan mindset that you are in the breach. You are in the breach between finalizing your journey as students and getting ready to the society. So this nak prepare the mindset, the understanding and the soft skill towards you punya latihan industri as well as graduation nanti. Tapi yang ni you boleh relate kan? You can reflect, you can relate. So any point you can garap dan describe kalau ditanya lah dalam final nanti. And then of course the ethical guidelines for computer professionals. So we have some guidelines. I'm not sure whether I can finish this lecture in one day because we quite it's a long slide, total of 90 plus. Tengoklah So kita masuk the first section, innovation social issues in IT. Yang ini pun kamu boleh relate dengan code ENT 600 kamu tu yang kamu buat innovation kan. Tapi innovation yang kamu buat ENT tu ada IT tak? Sebab saya rasa kod ENT 600 tu ada technologies kan?
Ada, madam.
Ada. So you can always relate this. So by now you should understand and able to differentiate what is invention and what is innovation. So the invention and innovation dia tak sama. Okay. So invention is creations of a product or introduction of a process for the first time. But innovation, kita improvise. We're not at the first time, you not improve what already have, but not just improve, but it's also impactful. Ada impact dia. So improves on or makes a significant contribution to something that has already been invented. You improvise what already been invented. Okay, so there are several types of innovations. It could be on products, items, physical. It could be on process. It could be on event. Yeah, macam-macam lah, kan? It could be generating new sources, and so on and so forth. All right. So basically, we have about 5 types of innovation. Yeah, produce new goods, previously unknown for consumer. Saya rasa sekarang ni susah nak dapat yang bahagian ni, produce new goods previously unknown for consumer, except latest video saya jumpa tu, ni case yang jenis vegan kan, vegan yang tak makan meat. Apa yang dia buat ialah dia innovate food that would taste like meat, but it was developed using plant-based sources. Sumber-sumber plants tu dia innovate dan rasakan meat. But as for now, it's not going to be mass production because it is not tak ramai kan. The second one, introduce new production process. New production process previously unknown in industry. Ataupun he would call it remove empty container by using fan rather than high-end machine. So it's a totally new production. Contoh sekarang apa yang new production? Pada zaman 1995, yes, we can say masa tu bila internet mula sampai di Malaysia, e-commerce mula bloom. So 1999 tu dah banyak e-commerce online ni. Exploiting new markets, direct selling to e-market. So sekarang ni I think kan pada saya lah, online shopping sebelum pandemic mungkin not very impactful tapi because of pandemic, during pandemic and after pandemic, post pandemic, online shopping has become more like triples the sales perhaps kan. Tapi apa exploiting new market So that is types of innovation lah. You can focus on new sources of purchasing, raw material and semi-prepared product, on new ways of organizing business activity. So it could be on product-based, process-based. Process-based pula ada yang purely process or event. So that's the types. So the ethics in innovations. So saya tak pastilah kalau ENT 600 ada juga cakap tentang ethics ataupun dia disebut law dia, undang-undang dia. Saya rasa macam ada Saya tak pasti. Ada ke? Guys? Hello? Dalam ENT ada tak belajar on ethics of innovation ni? Ada tak chapter topics dia?
Ada, madam.
Ada. So, you boleh reflect lah what you have learned on ENT 600 and you can apply here. So, as kita belajar on topic 7 kan, intellectual properties, kita pun ada copyright, trademarks, apa ada dia punya law yang protect these types of properties intellectual properties. Ethics for innovation pun ada ethics dia. So innovators need to defend their innovation because people can always plagiarize, can always copy paste. So one of the reason that innovators can defend their innovation is through patent, using patent. Often overlooked because the focus is on technology, even though it's on technology. Tapi teknologi ni kalau dari segi hardware, dia memang cepat dia punya cycles tu. Changes tu, cycles tu sangat cepat. Before you nak patent pun will take about 3 months. Orang lain dah find out dan dah maju ke depan dah. So rules for innovation, we have big rules here. Rules for innovation. Hopefully kamu nampak dan besarkan slide Nanti saya akan bagi slide ni juga. No worries. Of course, innovations are new to community. Tak semua involved in these activities. Very minor. Okay. People affected by and have an effect on innovation. So if we have innovation that related to community, then you have to analyze it, whether it gives impact or not. Yeah? Innovation disrupt the status quo. Who is adversely badly affected by innovation? Is it for positive results or negative results? Yeah? So you have to look at these rules lah. Even though innovation is created, you must actually need to go a step further by looking at these rules. Innovations are shared responsibilities of communities and innovating firms. Successful innovations required continual modifications to keep it relevant, to make it relevant. And then features matter. How to accommodate the stakeholder needs in the designs of the technology. The stakeholders, including those from the firm, innovation firms, and also the communities. Communities is considered stakeholders as well. Okay. All right, so that is basically on innovation. So now bahagian 8.1 juga, but then dia masuk the second subtopic for 8.1 is called what we call changing communication paradigms. All right, so changing communication paradigms ni kamu boleh reflect lah. In 10 years time ni what's happened. Kalau macam saya dah berumur sikit, so saya boleh reflect about 30, 20 years of experience, how the communication paradigm changed throughout the years. Okay, it includes forms of communications, termasuklah cara kita bekerja di office, cara kita communicate di office, cara kita laksanakan kerja di office, cara kita laksanakan mesyuarat di office kan. Kuliah kita pun dah banyak berubah because of pandemic. So you can always relate on how we execute our daily activities by looking at these communication paradigms. What have changed throughout the years by having the technology with us. Okay? So this is communication definition. So basically communication is conveying or exchange of ideas, knowledge or informations from one part to another. Kalau you seorang je, you tak consider communicate. You mesti kena ada at least a sender and receiver. Kalau you send that receiver, are you communicating? You're not communicating kan? Communicating is definitely, you are the sender, you are the receiver and you exchange information. Alright, yang lain tu baca lah ya. So what is paradigm? Paradigm is basically experiences. It could be in terms of time base, maksudnya 10 tahun, 20 tahun, 15 tahun, kan? Paradigms in terms of times also, or values such as beliefs and values. Mungkin change of perspective on this sama ada experiences and values. So basically kita ada dua set lah, experience and values. Values itu masuklah belief, belief kita. Alright. Okay, so when a significant change happens from one fundamental view to a different view and some types of major discontinuity occurs as well. So perubahan apa yang berlaku sebelum ni, masa zaman saya belajar dulu, saya tak ada handphone. Kalau orang ada handphone pun, handphone dia sangatlah besar. Kedabak tu handphone kan, sampai dia malu nak tunjuk. Satu, tak semua orang ada handphone. Kedua, handphone waktu tu, dia punya sizes is not that pretty. Kan, like now. Now ni consider pretty lah. So, you see that nowadays, I have to provide handphone for my son because dia belajar. You see the differences? Dulu kalau nak telefon, kena queue because pakai public phone saja. Dah barulah ada card phone and all. Nowadays, everybody has dia punya phone. Silap gaya 2 phone, 2 SIM card. So that is basically, you boleh elaborate lah lagi based on what happens, culture in our community regarding this communication paradigm. So basically the patterns, the way of doing things berubah because of this. TV pun sekarang people sibuk nak beli TV yang boleh connect dengan YouTube. What types of TV is that? Yang ada Netflix. Kita dah tak tengok dah RTM ke apa, TV3 ke. So semua orang dah tengok dekat subscribe channel.
Smart TV ada.
Smart TV. I don't have smart TV at home. Saya belum change of paradigm lagi lah. Kan? But nowadays people are moving into that, kan? Netflix, apa lagi? Macam-macam lagi ya kan? The streaming, because of that streaming industry tu is very vast nowadays. And then we have banyaklah public kiosk. CD-ROM pun rasanya dah boleh masuk museum kot. Kalau floppy disk lagi lah. Zaman kamu tu tak ada, zaman kamu sekarang ni floppy disk pun tak pernah tengok. Floppy disk ni ada dua jenis Ada yang besar sikit, ada yang kecil. So zaman saya tu zaman yang besar tu, tak berapa megabyte je. Very classic. Memang masuk museum lah. Mouse pun sekarang ni banyak lah Razer kan. Mouse dulu berbola lagi. It's quite funny bila reflect balik kan. Zaman muda. Funny lah. And then we have, you can always elaborate here. You can always elaborate. And then IT and community issues. And then community and isolation. Okay. Many observers worry that the impact of computers on community, social and interpersonal interaction is negative and will get worse. Somehow, ada betulnya statement ni Ada betulnya statement ni. I'm quite worried with how young parents raise their kids nowadays by giving them handphone at such a tender and graceful age. I'm so worried just because they want, bila young parents ni keluar kan, I'm not sure why it becomes like this. Mungkin because it's convenient. Bila you dah ada young parents lah yang ni based on my observation, it becomes my concern and worried. Such a young age, budak-budak ni kan, umur kosong, baru lahir sampai ke 4 tahun, dia punya physical, emotion tu dia baru nak develop lah. So, but if you substitute those developments dengan giving them tablets, giving them phones, muscles yang sepatutnya dia orang develop, termasuklah soft muscles ni, speaking ni, bila kita speaking ni, otot-otot otot tengkuk kita yang dalam tengkuk kita ni is actually kena exercise tau. Kita dah tak exercise kan dia. So that's why speech delay masa zaman dulu, speech delay ni sangat rare. Tapi nowadays it's become common because one of the factors, if not all, bukan semua factors itu disebabkan one of my concern tu, tetapi it's one of the factors now because parents substitute their attention and engagement with the child, substitute because of that conveniality. So please give a ponder on this concerning issues. Give a ponder, fikirkanlah what I'm worried is when you substitute without controlling, that is become issues. If you substitute within control, meaning sejam bagi 2 jam saja main, that is okay. I'm quite worried when the young parents bring the child to the restaurant just to calm them down, the parents give the phone. You should teach the child table manner, eating manner, benda-benda tu saya tengok young parents somehow neglect from my observation. You can't. You have to communicate with the child. You have to teach them. You have to engage and participate in real life without substitutes. Because of, memanglah inconvenient bawa anak makan kat kedai kan. Inconvenient sebab mereka akan buat hal. But if you substitute with technology, diorang pun tak boleh tak manage the emotion. Saya pernah tengok sambil makan, this very young child, I think tak sampai pun 2 tahun. Ya, bila kita tengok kan, dia tengok mak ayah dia makan, dia tengok phone. Saya tak tahulah mana makan dia macam bila, mana dia mak dia suap ke apa ke. Bila line tu lag, dia pergi ketuk-ketuknya handphone tu. So dia somehow impatient because of that disturbed streaming, gangguan streaming. So dia ketuk-ketuk. And then kalau nak ambil, dia marah. So the emotions of the child is also not well developed. So I'm quite worried of this nature of young parents. So give it a ponder, even though it's from my simple observation. Okay? Bukan tak boleh bagi, but always in control. So the parents lah in control. Sebab yang berakalnya ada akalnya pada parents dia kan. So please observe more. Kadang-kadang saya tengok anak saya pun kan, youngsters lah sama jugalah. Kamu pun bayar anak-anak saya juga. Kadang-kadang tengah jalan pun main phone. So be careful lah. Be careful. Okay. And then of course that is community and isolation. So be careful on this teenage age. Kadang-kadang kita yang dah berumur ni pun bukan tak ada isu, ada isu kan. Engage dengan phone banyak sangat, supposedly engage dengan family, dengan anak-anak, make conversation with them. Waktu makan tu elakkan main phone, even for parents, even for the mother and the father. Elakkan main phone. And then because it's becoming us, kalau dia dah sampai peringkat lalai tu, red flag lah. Sekiranya ia melalaikan, red flag lah. Itulah red flagnya. Okay, itu sembang-sembang Alright, then the effects of technology on communities. Kamu pun dah buat somehow the term papers. Term papers tu saya pun belum marking lagi. Saya dah scan through untuk bahagian saya. Ada bahagian education, healthcare, local governments, business, home. So kamu bolehlah relate and reflect. Alright, so that is 8.1. Now we go for 8.2. Basically on the culture issues. Tadi on ethical and professional issues. Now it's more on culture. Well, the Western, the Eastern, and the Malaysian societies. This is basically the innovation cultures. So the innovation cultures, kalau dekat, this is 2019, Global Innovation Index. Okay, the meaning Eastern and Western is basically the Barat and us lah, the Eastern ni. Eastern kita lah, the Asian region. The Western is Barat lah, Europe, US, that area. So you can see Europe and US is dominating lah, based on innovation culture. For Asian, we can only find Singapore and South Korea. Singapore and South Korea. So a lot of work of innovation been done. So I think pengaruh private company and incentive from the government would help. Kalau dekat Malaysia ni, kita ada bawah kementerian, kita ada agency, such as MOSTI is Kementerian Sains dan Teknologi. Bawah MOSTI kita ada beberapa agency yang cater on innovation. Seperti agency Dia panggil Nuclear Malaysia. Saya lupa nama penuh dia. Tapi agensi Nuclear Malaysia ni dia banyak buat collaboration dengan Europe, dapatkan research grant daripada Europe. Jabatan Meteorologi pun banyak juga buat research juga sebab dia ada pegawai researcher yang fokus on research. Okay. So the culture dalam kita ni tak sehebat mereka lah. Kalau dalam private sector dia ada R&D department ataupun R&D unit yang memang ada budget untuk mereka buat innovation. So this is the world most innovative countries in 2019. This is before pandemic. So I think because of pandemics dia mungkin dah berubah dia punya ranking. So Malaysia berada di nombor 26. 26 untuk both years of 2018 and 2019, which is quite okay lah after Singapore, Japan, China. Alright, India on the western side. Okay, India. Sometimes kan orang yang inovatif ni dia lah orang yang observe and they think. And with prior knowledge, regardless with prior knowledge or not, they will work it out. Tapi mereka adalah orang yang observe dan memikir. So yang ini adalah case bagi India innovation daripada Maksud by Prajapati with his $50 lah ni you can see the US lah. Low cost clay fridge. Dia buat fridge based on clay. Mungkin sebab mampu milik tu lah. Kalau fridge biasa mungkin tak boleh nak mampu milik kan. So dia buat fridge daripada clay, which is practical. But not for massive product lah. Kecil je lah dia punya storage. And then they also have the Aadhaar project with the Indian Innovation Growth Program. Yang ni tak pernah nanti you baca lah lebih apa tu Frugal Innovation and Aadhaar project is a 2001 earthquake in Gujarat causes thousands of people to lose their homes and properties. So Prajapati found an innovative way to get back to his feet by designing a low-cost fridge that requires no electricity by using natural resources kan. So this is very impactful lah. Tapi kita tak tahulah berapa lama dia boleh stay. So finally, India also work with other countries based on the program to work on the innovation. Okay. So ni adalah dia punya pencapaian lah dan proses dia. Proses dia inviting application. Tak apalah saya skip yang ni Yang ni pun saya skip. Kita tengok China pun ada. Most Chinese startups, startup company lah. Startup company ni is a very small startup company could be small size, medium size lah. Who are not founded by, I think startup company pun kemudian belajar during ENT 600 kan. So Chinese banyak after graduation mungkin diorang tak ada kerja but they create kerja. So one of the things that they can do is through startup company. Okay. So if the startup company, the startups are not founded by designers or artists but by engineers who don't have creativity to think of new ideas or design. So that's an issue. So what happened is China before, the government failed to protect intellectual properties rights. So the ground basis of cultivating this innovation is providing good structure, is including policies and law to protect those who want to venture in this feel lah. Kena ada clear structure. Okay. And then strict hierarchy. So very exam oriented. And then discrimination toward merchants. And then imitations over innovation. In China memanglah imitation dia memang tip top. But however, China is making a breaking through in B2C and B2B sectors. You tahu lah B2C, B2B tu apa kan? For example, Alibaba. So Alibaba has become a big giant for the past years because of they have deep understanding on Chinese customers, retaining local talents, instilling a culture of risk-taking, and promoting collaboration. All right. So on the Western part, you can see there on the USA, they're dominating. One thing about US they have a very strong capitalism, where the private sectors would invest in universities by sponsoring technology, for sponsoring them with knowledge transfer, for their laboratory. They are generous with sponsorship. Tapi they did that because they all had a process what we call lobbying. Melobby. They have that process where we don't have the process. Okay, so it's just lobbying is actually building somewhat business linkage between the private sector dengan universities. So university ni pun ada nama So university ada nama, nak kena ada nama. They also have ranking So kalau orang kata ranking university ni tak relevant, it's actually the culture is, we're taking the culture from the USA because of this process. Okay. So that's why they have this culture, innovation culture flourish. One of the factors. Okay. They'll talk about innovation. Banyaklah nanti you baca lah risk-taking and so on and so forth. So how is our innovation culture in Malaysia? Okay, on innovation, organization has been aggressively instilling innovation in its culture, especially high-tech company. We still have, dulu masa about 10 years ago, we have what we call as incubators companies. These incubators companies is located inside the universities, but providing services to communities and also companies that want the technology services, but through this incubation. So ada beberapa universiti yang ada incubator. So startup company kat Malaysia ni relatively culture dia bermula daripada this small incubator company. So because of that, Malaysia mula promote Malaysia Innovation Year. So kita boleh menggalakkan innovation driven economy, ajak private sectors to start collaborating with the universities. Masa tu university dapat fund banyak daripada government daripada kerajaan. And then we also have what we call Agensi Inovasi Malaysia, AIM. Because of that, innovation activity, we start at the AIM. And AIM work with Pemandu to promote innovation. And then we have MOSTI, what we call it, convention, innovation, conference to cultivate the innovation culture, right? So these are the cultural dimension for innovation, empowerment, team innovation, creating change, capability development, customer focus, organizational learning. So capability development ni sumber-sumber dia ambil daripada knowledge skill, yang mana knowledge skill worker tu will train interns or train students, transfer knowledge to berlaku, and then give training and continue to work in the incubations company ataupun startup company. So this dia akan relate dengan ENT ke how to build a culture for innovation. Of course we have to have open mind, curiosity. Open mind ni is kena dah writer tu kena betul lah bila kita dengar masalah orang tu, kita betul-betul dengar with open mind, without judgment. We must have to be a good listener because of curiosity lah, open mind, curiosity, empathy. We take deep concern with the problems and try to observe what's going on. Ada yang saya kata by observation, by thinking, and also you have to take risk. Risk ni, apa maksud risiko? Risiko ni benda yang kita boleh project, benda yang kita boleh predict, benda yang kita boleh jangka. So benda yang kita boleh jangka ataupun senario yang kita boleh jangka ni, kita boleh urus dia. Kalau tak boleh jangka, maksudnya kita tak ada pengalaman lagi. So orang yang berpengalaman tu dia boleh manage risk dengan dia dah tahu apa possibilities yang akan berlaku dan dia boleh cater anything that happens within that possibilities. So orang yang take risk ni, even though dia tak ada experience, dia mungkin boleh what we call it, pinjam experience orang lain dengan nasihat, advice, consultation, asking questions. We take somebody else's punya experience, so somehow it's going to be within our radar. So when things are within our radar, somehow kita tak terkejut first time. So take risk is kena berani lah and then trust somehow. Trust ni kena over time, over experience lah. Yang ni any parts of the world, they have the pro and cons. The advantage and the disadvantage in terms of economic, in terms of political, in terms of geographical, and a lot of other factors that we can take into consideration. Kalau kat sini China dia punya pattern macam mana pula. Kalau you tengoklah, baca lah kat sini panjang kan. Kat Malaysia ni macam mana pula kan. Mungkin kita punya economic base tak sama, China and Malaysia. Political structure tak sama, demographic tak sama, geography pun tak sama, and so on and so forth. So you boleh differentiate lah, olah lah. So piracy, biasa piracy, Australia pun sama. Ini nanti kau baca lah saya skip on that. Alright, next 8.3 is evolutions of computer technology impact digital generation. Ni saya panggil digital gap ni lah. Yang ni ada video-video dia tapi tak ada pula link video dia. Saya cuba cari, dia ada beberapa lah. So nanti kalau saya cari nanti saya share dengan kamu. Okay, so what is digital generation? A generation of children who grown up with video games, computer, touchscreen, tablets, mobile phones and virtual realities. Zaman saya dulu pun ada video games, tapi video games dia kita panggil device, panggil apa yang lupa saya. Tape. Super Mario, nak main Super Mario tu dia ada konsol tu, and put the tape in and play with the joystick. Yes. Ataupun a simple device such as Tetris, pakai bateri je, but it's only one game inside there. Kan? But nowadays video games are very high tech. In fact, esports, because of the latest trend ni, kita ada esports. Belum sampai Olympic level, I'm not sure, belum ada dalam Olympic level. Tapi World Championship tu ada dah lah. Itu hebatnya orang main game sekarang ni, boleh menang juta-juta. In fact, dekat Malaysia pun dah ada team yang professional video gamers. So that is digital generation. In fact, kamu dengan saya pun mungkin ada digital gap. Because most of you lahir tahun berapa? 90-an, akhir 90-an? Tahun 2000?
Bulan 2000.
2000?
2000 ada tu.
Akhir ada 99, 2000, 2001, right? Now that is very, very, yelah, huge gap lah between you and me. It shows that I'm getting old by semester. Okay. Alright, tak apa. So, you boleh olah lah. Mungkin you tengok, observe parents you punya style kan. Sebab your parents probably around my age somehow. If not, same age, probably older. Okay, unless you're first child kan. Alright, okay. So, you boleh relate dalam bidang kita ni, teaching. Sekolah rendah pun dah banyak augmented reality. Augmented reality tu basic lah. Yang mana kita pakai phone. Dan phone tu ada tools dia, ada apps dia. Dan boleh timbul gambar tu with sounds and little movement. So it's engage young child punya learning style dan interest. It's nice actually. So making learning fun. Ada another option to make it fun. Okay, augmented reality. It's kalaupun belum menyeluruh tapi dia dah mula. Dah mula di negara kita. And of course, you can also learn lecture from, joining conference dengan other countries, secara global. It's easy access. Dulu saya nak buat tesis kena pergi library kan. Kamu Google je. Google Scholar lah. Apa lagi? Mendeley lah pakai. EndNote lah pakai. Semua dah tolong search. Tolong organize. Tinggal nak membaca je. Saya dulu sebelum nak dapat baca kena jalan kaki pergi library. Kena cari buku dekat rak. Kena cari jurnal kat rak. Okay. Jurnal tak boleh nak pinjam pula tu. Tak boleh nak bawa keluar. Kenalah membaca. Tapi bagusnya orang dulu note taking baguslah. Sekarang ni tak pasti still note taking kamu macam mana. Okay. Copy. Itu yang bahaya dia. So you have to have paraphrase. Kalaupun copy, you kena paraphrase. Okay, because that is the thinking process. Kalau tak copy paste, tak thinking. Alright, so adalah pro and con. Hopefully kamu boleh somehow discuss lah. Baru saya cakap pasal note taking, writing skill. Zaman saya, to be honest, saya belajar juga, tapi tak banyak lah, tak lama. Writing skill, menulis khat ni. Saya tak tahulah sekarang tulisan anak-anak saya pun makin lama, generasi anak-anak saya mesti tengok tak secantik zaman dululah. Note taking, writing skill, because of that, kita punya thinking tu dah substitute banyak. Kita punya physical muscle ni pun dah substitute banyak. So that's why I'm quite worried with young age, 0 to 4. In fact, 4 to 6 tu kena jaga. Sebab 4 to 6 dia ada different levels of development of learning. 0 to 4 dia ada. So, but that is the core. Tender age tu is the core initial learning process that they have. Kalau kita distort dia punya learning process naturally and substitute with uncontrollable IT and gadgets, you have to face some subsequences. Alright? Yang senang cerita jangan lebih-lebih lah. Dan apa-apa jual pun jangan melebih-lebih. You do your role and your amanah. Kalau jadi parents, young parents ni bukan muda je. Kadang-kadang yang tua pun sama juga. Because ni yang kecil. Sama juga. So, don't substitute. Engage. You will, once dah terlepas, You tak boleh turn back. Yang orang Islam kita kata ada demi masa. Masa ni lebih mahal daripada wang. Lebih mahal daripada emas. Allah dah bagi, masa terlepas tak diganti. Yeah? Alright. Of course, increase incidence of cheating. Kita pun ada issues. Macam-macam lah. Bila kita start online, exam online and so on so forth. Okay, you boleh baca dan you boleh reflect lah on your daily basis. Lack of focus. So this is on the negative side lah. Lack of focus, and also I'm afraid it's becoming a concern. A lack of focus tu still very on the surface, tapi I'm afraid of lack of adab. That is something that is, kita sebagai orang Islam, ilmu tu satu rank, dia punya weight, tapi adab tu 3 dia punya weight. So jangan sebab teknologi ni kita jadi orang yang cepat marah, orang yang tak tahan sabar, orang yang tak fikir panjang. So kena ingatlah benda tu ya. Alright. So itu on learning tadi kan. Yang ni on healthcare. Banyaklah healthcare. Saya dulu masa pandemik pun kat rumah kan. Stress juga kan. Stress juga. Time tu lah mana nak masak. Time tu lah mana nak kelas and so on so forth. Weight pun naik and so on so forth. Nak keluar exercise tak boleh. Tapi itu pun alasan je kan. Boleh je exercise dalam rumah. Alright, so banyaklah isu dia positive impact healthcare. Kita banyak baca, kita boleh banyak baca, orang pun boleh banyak buat online classes on healthcare, buat group, social media group, distribute knowledge, adakan sesi consultation online and so on so forth. So that is the positive impact. So negative impact dia banyaklah bekerja duduk terlalu lama, bekerja duduk dalam aircon terlalu lama, you tak engage dengan orang, social skill, isolation, you're in your world, you're in your bubbles, macam-macam lah. And then start depression. So that's why as Muslim kita kena jaga faktor zahir kita dan kita kena jaga faktor batin kita, rohaniah kita So that's why dalam dalam aktiviti harian kita kena jaga kita punya solat, benda-benda yang kita wajib kena buat, kita kena buat. Sebab makanan kita bukan makanan zahir tapi sahaja, tapi kita kena juga persiapkan rohani kita tu supaya kita jadi kuat inside out. Orang yang courageous inside out. Okay. And then of course human body kita ada masalah deep deprivation, main game terlalu lama, tidur pukul 4 pagi kan. Lepas tu bila masanya nak bangkit subuh, bila masanya nak bangkit awal pagi kan. Padahal pagi tu adalah raja segala hari, banyak rezeki berkumpul pada waktu pagi. So make sure your sleeping pattern is not disrupted because you're playing games. No alone time. No alone time. You have to, when you alone ke apa, dia boleh ada dua lah, the good and the bad. Tapi bagusnya kalau kita alone tu banyakkan muhasabah diri. Reflections. That's why we have to do a lot of reflections. That's why lepas kita semayang tu, kita jangan boleh terus bangun terus. Kalau boleh kita duduk dulu. Sebab itulah masa kita nak reflect diri kita. Okay, this reflection tu kena buat sebab that is our solitude. Solitude bahasa Melayu pun saya tak tahu apa dia. Solitude, muhasabah lah. Solitude. Our connections with our creator. Okay. By reflecting what we have done today. Okay. Too much codependence. Modern teens are failing to separate from their parents and become independent thinker and manage development sense of other relations. I'm not sure how to. For failing to separate from their parents. Oh, maksudnya tak boleh berpisah dengan parents. I think I also have a concern in this area. Especially bagaimana, the way I treat my children is somehow different from way my parents treat me. Okay? Kadangnya saya fikir, sekarang ni lebih mudah, maka kita lebih boleh manjakan anak. Masalah dia ialah timbul bila kita buat begitu, anak tu jadi tak berapa kental, tak berapa independent, tak berapa berani selesaikan masalah sendiri. Okay? So mungkin dari segi itu kita tengok banyak pelajar sekolah ni macam lemah, apa-apa siap parent banyak campur tangan dengan pihak sekolah, bergaduh dengan cikgu, parents bergaduh dengan cikgu sebab kita ingat anak kita betul. Bukanlah saya generally tapi salah satu faktornya ialah kita melayan anak tu macam satu benda yang dia sendiri tak boleh nak terlalu jaga macam terlalu like ulat dalam kepompong kan. Kita jaga dia juga boleh. Tapi yelah kena banyak trust your son. Nasihat tu memang tugas kita lah. Nasihat, jaga apa semua. Tapi bila dah sampai ke sekolah tu, ada pihak tanggungjawab. Jangan terus-terus nak marah sekolah, nak campur tangan sekolah kan. Kalau dulu saya buat nakal kat sekolah, kalau beritahu mak ayah saya, memang saya yang kena marah. Tapi sekarang kalau anak kita buat hal yang sekolah, kita yang marah sekolah. So is it emotional instability? So sekarang ni emosi orang pun range tengah jalan kan, marah, orang yang cepat marah di atas jalan kan. Sekarang kita banyak video tengok orang yang bergaduh sebabkan isu-isu atas jalan ni, atas jalan raya ni. Kenapa kita jadi macam tu? Kenapa kita tak boleh nak jaga emosi kita? So that's why lah, kalau orang Islam ni, kita kena jaga emosi kita dengan banyakkan berzikir, banyakkan refleks, banyakkan baca Quran. Sebab nak tenangkan hati tu, nak lembutkan hati tu ialah dengan ibadah lah macam tu. Alright, so strain vision. Saya tak pastilah strain vision, tapi saya ni mata kelabu mungkin sebab faktor umur punya. Tapi saya rasa banyak screen time would somehow make your strain vision. Hearing loss belum ada lagi lah, tapi it could be because of satu benda ialah pakai earphone ataupun headphone. So dia ada beza. Kalau pakai earphone, dia ada beza jika pakai headphone because of the impact dekat hearing loss dia. Yang ni based on relationship, banyaklah ni factors dia. Saya pun rasa macam tak boleh lah nak share semua ni nanti kau baca lah kau boleh relate lah Teknologi pros ni masa pandemik tu kita tak boleh balik raya kan. Kalau macam saya tak boleh balik kampung. Tapi of course lah sambutan hari raya tu agak suram, less meriah lah, kurang meriah. Tapi adalah sesi pagi tu lepas mayang sama family, itu yang bagus dia. Then kita Skype, dulu panggil Skype lah, zaman saya dulu pakai Skype, sekarang kita ber-WhatsApp kan. Ber-Google Meet ke, ber-WhatsApp online ke dengan parents. Dapatlah 30 minit, sejam pun Alhamdulillah syukur. Because of tak boleh balik, tapi mungkin kita tak bermakna kita tak boleh bersama. Tapi kalau boleh better lah balik kan. Mestilah seronok balik. Jumpa face to face kan. Wider interaction in terms of kita boleh reach people regardless of their geography and distance. Yeah. And then advanced service, make sure that daripada sekarang ni pun kita ni relatively masih dekat relatively 4G tapi menuju ke 5G lah. So mungkinlah ada area-area dah boleh cater 5G tu consider advanced service lah ya. And then communication alert tu lebih advanced kan. With all these applications and so on and so forth. Defense and surveillance, ini dari segi pertahanan dan orang awam lah. Sekarang ni alertnya, awareness ni ialah orang banyak pakai kamera di dashcam, called dashcam, kamera di kereta. So banyaklah hal-hal yang berkaitan dengan accident tu kita dah ada, polis tu lebih mudah lah sebab dah ada bukti. Senang nak dapat bukti. Dulu buktinya ialah berdasarkan penceritaan. Now kita dah ada kamera dashcam. Dan dashcam ni orang bukan saja di kereta, di rumah, dalam rumah, luar rumah and so on so forth. And then kalau cubaan nak menculik ke apa ke, kita dah ada kamera. So kamera ni boleh menjaga awam lah public people dari segi lalu lintas, keselamatan dan apa-apa aktiviti yang berkaitan. Tapi kena invest lah. Local governments, local majlis bandaran tempatan lah yang kena provide this infrastructure. So this is the technology pros. So you can think lah However, the con, the negative factors pun you boleh olah especially on isolation, mechanized destruction, health issue, job issues. Dari segi job issues ni mungkin banyak benda yang kita boleh discuss lah. Betul ke loss of jobs ataupun loss of job by creating another job. Masa pandemik hari tu banyak orang yang bekerja sebagai delivery ataupun runner dengan hanya menggunakan application macam Foodpanda, GrabFood and so on so forth, create jobs. Tapi ialah kita ni business macam tu, capitalism, bloom only sustain for few years, but lebih bagus kalau dia diprotect dengan proper job pay, bukan berdasarkan profit semata-mata. It's going to be sustain quite long. Nowadays kita mungkin dah tengok rider food delivery ni dah tak sebanyak dulu, ataupun Grab driver dah tak sebanyak dahulu. And so on so forth lah. Kita ada fraudulent extraction, privacy data, computer crime lah yang kamu dah buat masa chapter 6 hari tu kan. Dan kita ada professionals and ethics and responsibilities 8.4. So bidang profesional ni kita rujuk kepada bidang yang memang dah ditauliahkan profesional seperti medical, lawyers, undang-undang lah basically bahagian undang-undang, accountants. Teachers consider semi-professionals. Teacher, lecturer, dia semi sebab dia tak ada registration, properly registration. Sebab kalau doctors dia ada identification dia. Kalau engineers dia ada professional communities dia. What we call it board of professionals dia. Medicals, engineers, lawyers, architects, accountants, dia consider professionals. Teachers actually semi-professionals. So when they have professionals, they have professional bodies. Dia kena ada satu badan yang memang iktiraf. Itu adalah professional bodies yang diiktiraf oleh JPA, Jabatan Perkhidmatan Awam Malaysia. Itu satu. Dia mesti kena ada bodies. Dan dia ada standards. Selain pada bodies, dia ada standards yang they have to follow. And then even better, they have license to practice. License to practice. So basically, these three things lah, if not more. Okay, so what is professional ethics? It's basically about the conduct and behavior. On skill, expertise, skills lah basically. Skill, experience, knowledge. The behavior and conducts and carry on professional works. And it is codified and varies across different cultures. So it includes relationship with and responsibilities towards customers, client, co-workers, employees, employer, people and so on and so forth. So it responsibility. So kalau macam computer science kita ni pun dekat Malaysia, kita belum lagi capai level professional. Kita semi-professionals. Tapi kita dah ada standard yang kita boleh follow. Cuma professional bodies tu kat Malaysia, JPA belum iktiraf lagi. So, okay, computers, professional and responsibilities. So, apa kita punya peranan sebagai graduates daripada programs, computing programs kan, business computing untuk kamu ataupun computing programs. Basically, kita masih lagi ada social skill yang kita kena ada. Soft skill tu kena ada lah because of that soft skills such as critical thinking, negotiating, persuading, communication, the way we speak with our colleagues, clients, customers and so on and so forth. The terms that we use tu kena ada lah. Convincing lah, kena convince lah. Maintaining relationship with other peoples and making critical decisions, soft skills in managing, collecting, organizing informations, and know where to find the informations, and also know how to keep things well, know how to keep things safe. Itu kita punya peranan. Okay, knowing and learn through the job, and then we must be honest with integrity lah. We must be honest and integrity in our fields. Okay, tak boleh copy paste, tak boleh claim credit of others. So kena beretika lah. Do the right things and do things right. Do the right things, behaving ethically includes being honest, keeping promises, doing your job well, not stealing. So kalau boleh kita ikutlah akhlak Rasulullah kan. Akhlak Rasulullah tu sallallahu alaihi wasallam ada 4 kan. Apa dia 4 tu? Somebody?
Amanah.
Sidik,
Amanah.
Tabligh,
Fatona. Sidik, lagi satu?
Amanah,
Amanah, Fatona.
tabligh,
Tabligh, Fatona, Sidik. Yes. 4 akhlak Nabi tu memang kita kena ikut lah. So kena cakap jujur. Apa yang kita kata tu adalah janji lah keeping the promise. Okay. So some ethical issues are controversial. Yes, it's true. Such as dari segi, tapi even though it's controversial, kita boleh rujuk dekat, kalau macam medical pun dia selalunya rujuk dengan pakar Jabatan Mufti, Jabatan Agama, buat workshop, buat what we call it, discussions. Masa pandemik tu ada beberapa series perbincangan dari segi SOP sembahyang Jumaat and so on so forth, berkaitan dengan raya, berkaitan dengan haji kan. So dia tak boleh work alone lah, dia mesti kena work with authorities as well. Okay. So untuk bidang kita ni, kita ada SCM, Code of Ethics and Professional Conducts, ya. Associations of Computing Machineries daripada US. I think dah lama, dah 1960s, Code of Conducts ni dah ada, ya. So basically kita what do they have in this professional conducts is they have general more imperatives, more specific professional responsibilities based on bidang, organizational leadership imperatives and compliance of codes. Yang ni ethical views. Ethical views ni kita ada chapter 1 hari tu kita dah sentuh sikit, rasanya deontological, natural rights, consequentialist. So kalau macam deontology ni, they talk about duties and absolute rules, the same rules that apply to everyone. Use logic or reason to determine what is good, treat people as an end, not as a means. Kita tak berkawan dengan orang because of the benefits. Kita genuinely want to make friends with them. And kita pun layan orang seperti mana kita nak orang layan kita. So that is deontological. Natural rights derive from the nature of humanity. Focus on the process by which people interact, respect of the fundamental rights of others, including life, liberty, and property. Consequentialist, dia dalam include in utilitarian. So utilitarians kita ada dua. Rules of utilitarianism and act of utilitarianism. So nanti kamu baca lah yang ni. Reaching the right decisions. So there's no formula to solve ethical problems. The computer professional must consider trade-off. Ethical theories help to identify important principles of guidelines. And of course, ethicals ni kena rujuk juga. Kalau macam kita, orang Islam mesti rujuk pada religion people as well. Dan kalau dalam organisation pun dia ada tata tertib dia. Sebelum masuk kod tata tertib tu, dia mesti kena ada siasatan. Mesti kena ada siasatan lah. Tengok dari segi kronologi, siapa terlibat, bagaimana dia terlibat, apa buktinya dari segi verbal ke, dari segi written ke, So then masa during the session tu, siapa panels dia, adakah panels tu ada conflicts of interest, apa itu conflict of interest? Yang ni selalu menjadi isu lah, conflict of interest. So make sure panels dalam tata tertib tu tak ada conflicts of interest. Maksudnya mereka tak berkait apa-apa dengan orang yang dituduh itu. Tak ada apa-apa kepentingan terhadap yang dituduh itu. So tak ada conflicts of interest. Kalau ada dan dia kena tarik diri daripada sidang itu, dia tak boleh involve. Tak boleh involve langsung. Biar orang lain yang akan take the role. So conflict of interest is another issues yang kita kena tahulah So some important distinctions, what is right, what is wrong, what is acceptable. Okay tu acceptable lah, tapi okay tu a bit layman. So what is wrong, what is right and what is acceptable. What is acceptable ni bila berada dalam keadaan mungkin kita boleh ambil separuh, tetapi mungkin dengan kaedah yang bagaimana cara dia yang kita kena buat contohnya. So it is acceptable sekiranya ada beberapa perkara yang kena kita sort out. Kita ada negative rights, which is what we call it liberties, positive rights, right claim. Yang ini pun final test, bukan assessment test tu ada juga soalan-soalan senario based on this. That causing harm, macam mana goals versus action. Adakah matlamat menghalalkan cara. Contohnya personal preference and ethics. Personal preference ni janganlah undang-undang apply only to all except me. So undang-undang mesti apply to everyone including me. Yeah. Law and ethics. What is ethical, what is illegal. Ada certain countries it's illegal, tapi it's unethical. Okay, issue dia ialah there are ethical issues but it's legal. Ethical issues but it's illegal. It's unethical but it's legal. It's unethical and illegal. So kena ada dia punya quadrant matrix tu lah. So that is how we analyse things. Certain countries dia unethical tapi dia legal. Contohnya macam tanam ganja kan. Tanam ganja Malaysia masih lagi illegal. Tapi kalau you dekat US mungkin legal lah. Most Asian country masih lagi illegal. Dan yes, saya rasa orang public tak boleh tanam ganja ikut suka-suka dia. Unless there are some governance that grant them the license to do so. If not, it's uncontrollable. Satu negara akan jadi hype dengan ganja. It's very dangerous. Okay, people will always use excuses to misuse it. Okay, so macam-macam lah issue. So in order for you to analyze a problem, make sure you have that quadrant. Have that quadrant. Yang paling senang ialah listed lah pro and cons. The next step is you put the quadrants. What is legal, what is illegal, what is ethical, what is unethical. What is legal but unethical, what is macam tu lah the quadrants tu. So it's the basis of analysis daripada just listing. Okay. So we go to our final topic, the ethical guidelines for computer professionals. It's basically codes of ethics lah ataupun code of conducts. So untuk kita bidang computer science kita ada dua, iaitu ACM and juga IEEE. ACM dia tapi untuk code of conducts ni kita ada ACM code of conducts, code of ethics, professional ethics. So for computer professional kita mesti honest and fair, respect confidentiality. Respect confidentiality ni sangat-sangat perlu sebab kita selalu dapat raw data. Kita akan dapat data. So data akan sampai kat kita dulu. So kita kena tertakluk kepada confidentiality ni. Confidentiality ni ada level dia. Tahap kerahsiaan tu ada level. Siapa yang authorized to distribute the information. So we have to pegang benda tu lah. Maintain professional competence. Maksudnya kita mesti up to date with our skills and knowledge. Understand relevant laws. Kena faham lah akta mana yang kita pakai, jatuh akta mana, apa pecahan akta dia, and so on and so forth. So respect and protections of personal privacy, yes. Avoid harming others. Respect property rights. Okay, that's why kita belajar intellectual properties, apa akta yang berkaitan dengan dia, bagaimana kita handles when we receive something that is confidential, how we would manage those confidential information and so on and so forth. Tahap kerahsiaan. Itu ada professionals So who are the involved ataupun pecahan dia, saya rasa dia banyak on this lah. Pecahan dia public. Software engineer should act consistently with the public interest. Kena act consistently. Maksudnya dia consistent ni sangat professional maksudnya kita tak boleh memilih-milih. Dengan orang ni kita baik, dengan orang ni kita tegas. Kita kena sama, consistent. Client and employer, software engineer shall act in manners. Ini contoh lah ni. I think one of the software engineering code. For software engineers. Software engineers itu masuklah kamu kalau developers pun nanti, developers, young web developers or junior web developers, consider this code of ethics, shall act in manners that is the best interest of their clients and employer consistent with the public interest. In terms of product, software engineers shall ensure that their products and related modification meets the highest professional standards and standards possible. Judgment, software engineers shall maintain integrity and independent in their professional judgment. On management, software engineers, managers, and leaders shall subscribe to and promote an ethical approach to the management of software development and maintenance. On professions, all software engineers shall advance in integrity and reputations of the professional consistent with the public interest. Colleagues, software engineers shall be fair to and supportive of their colleagues. Software engineers shall participate in lifelong learning regarding the practice of their professions and shall promote an ethical approach to the practice of the professions. Kena hafal ke? Tak perlulah hafal, tapi kita tahulah apa yang ada. Code of Ethics banyak datang daripada ECM. So pecahan dia kita ada 8 ni. Technologies, kita untuk program 230 dan 264 ni, kita dah mohon program kita ni dan dah diluluskan bahawa dia diiktiraf oleh MBOT. So apa itu MBOT? Itu adalah Malaysian Boards of Technologies. Maksudnya mana-mana graduan yang keluar daripada program ini, dia boleh dikira sebagai technologies, graduate technologies. So after dah dapat experience 2-3 tahun ke, you boleh apply TS tu lah. Dia akan ada TS dekat depan. Cuma dekat GPA belum dia orang dalam proses lah. Dia belum iktiraf lagi MBOT ni sebagai fully professional bodies macam medical, accountants, lawyers, architects and engineers. Dalam usaha, dalam proses. It take some time. JPA memang makan lama sikit lah. So what is MBOT do? So ensuring only registered persons provide technology services. So macam program kita ni dah dapat accreditation MBOT. So okay lah. The program is accredited sebagai technology service program. And then investigating all complaints brought to its against registered person or technology consultancy practice. So bagusnya kalau apa-apa yang berlaku, kita ada tempat untuk kita rujuk dan mengadu. So these people will take our aduan ataupun masalah itu dan akan bantu untuk selesaikan according to the right practice lah and conduct. And then conducting disciplinary hearing for complaints with prima facie cases. Kita ada badan yang menasihat dan juga conducting disciplinary ni sekiranya ada salah berlaku dalam bidangnya group of technologies ni. And then take action against registered person pursuant to section 27.1. Ada akta dia, bawa akta ada section dia. And then issuing notification, guidelines and circular has benchmark for quality of service in the technology professions. So if you want to, biasalah kalau technology profession, kalau profession macam ni like doctors apa semua, dia ada license to practice. So kita kena bayarlah fee dia sikit. Kena bayarlah fee dia yearly. Ataupun saya tak tahu setahun ke 2 tahun ada tempoh license tu lah untuk practice. Mana-mana lawyer, doktor ataupun MBOT in the future pun yang bawa title TSS small kalau bukan Tan Sri T Technologies S kecil, maka kita kena bayarlah dia punya practice fee tu so for us to enable us to carry the initial. So these are the things that require us to comply sekiranya nak mohon TS tu. We have to comply with the professionalism, integrity, competence, benevolence. Benevolence ni apa? Maksudnya kita boleh share knowledge dengan orang. Kita tak lokek, kita share knowledge kita dengan orang, dengan ahli-ahli board kita ya. Kita share, kita transfer knowledge, kita engage, kita socialize with them. That's benevolence, murah hati lah ya. Bermurah hati. Benevolence is murah hati. Diligence, orang yang gigih and strive to perfections. Boleh refer lah dekat MBOT punya website. So this is for ethical guidelines for computer professionals. Yang ini ambil daripada paper tak silap saya, Some Strength and Weakness. So you bolehlah baca dan boleh discuss lah what are the strengths and weaknesses of professional codes. Okay. So sambung juga daripada paper yang sama. So dari segi guidelines ni dilihat dari segi moral responsibilities, legal liabilities, sebab kita dia professional bodies ni dia kena tertakluk pada undang-undang dia, disiplin dia, dan sekiranya ada berlaku salah laku, ada consequences dia, and accountability. So moral responsibilities tu apa yang menyebabkan attributes blame or praise to individual, defame, fitnah, memburuk-burukkan ke, mengadu domba ke, itulah. So kita semua ada moral responsibility to everyone. Usually attribute to individual rather than collectives or groups. Notions of guilt and shame apply, but no legal punishment of compensation needs results. Moral responsibilities. Dalam kes mahkamah ni pun, dia ada two types of case. Paling lazim dia ada two types of case that falls into the court case. Satu ialah civil case, satu ialah crime case. Civil case ni biasanya the result would be bayar fee, buat permohonan maaf, contohnya so that is civil case. Tapi bila dah masuk crime case, so the punishment tu kena ada dia punya akta lah, consider crime Dan kita kena tahulah the separations of those two cases Then accountability. So what's within our scope is our accountability. So you are answerable to what your action. So these are some guidelines. Understand what success means, include users in the design and testing, and provide safe and useful system. Ini tanggungjawab kita lah sebagai computer punya professionals Do a thorough, careful job when planning and scheduling a project, and when writing bits of contracts, writing bits and contracts. Sebab kita ni professional, kita based on project base. Project base ni based on budget. Kalau kita claim over budget, kita tak honest lah. Tak ada integrity lah. Ni selalunya kantor kat sini lah, banyak kes-kes kat sini. Tak maulah. So di sini lah kita punya hurdles dia. So check kita punya behavior ni while doing this activity. It can be just simple, straightforward, without any agenda or conflicts of interest while you bid for a contract. Tapi kalau sekarang ni bid contract ni, kalau you tak kenal so and so, kalau you tak kenal kabel-kabel ni, kalau you tak kenal staff-staff ni, boleh kita tak nak lah macam tu. Ada plug introducer, tak maulah nak bayar plug introducer baru dapat kontrak. Selalunya kes banyak macam tu lah. Sedih lah. So kalau boleh biar straightforward, crystal clear. Be open and honest about capabilities, safeties and limitations of software. Don't assume existing software is safe or correct. Review it and test it. Design for real users. Design for real users. Don't assume existing and be open. Then be open. Require a convincing case for safety. Pay attention to defaults. and develop communication skill. So basically it's quite vast. Apa yang kamu buat untuk projek sekarang ni is basically that's it lah. That is the soft skill yang kamu kena acquire initially as persediaan kamu untuk ke industri, especially LI lah. LI tu is the bridge of you being a graduate to the real world. But now is where you develop these skills and understanding these skills and building these skills at the initial stage is very, very important sebagai persediaan. Kenapa saya kata initial? Sebab kamu tak ada experience lagi. Kamu baru ada initial skills, soft skill. Tapi soft skill tu lah yang penting sebagai bekalan untuk ke real world, untuk collect experience. Alright? So banyaklah analysing the professional ethical scenario. Dia ada beberapa fasa. Satu, brainstorm phase, analysis phase. Okay. So brainstorm phase, kita ada list risk, issues, problem, consequences, list all the stakeholders, list all possible actions, and kalau boleh listkan juga apa items yang tag along with the problems. Yeah. Apa benda yang dibawa bersama dengan problems tersebut. Okay. And then analysis phase. Identify the responsibilities of decision makers, identify the rights of the stakeholders, consider the impact, the action options, find the sections of code ethics that apply, that relates to the problems and case, categorize each potential actions. So basically this is how we handle cases. Yeah. Kalau kita dapat aduan daripada klien kita, first thing that we do is brainstorm phase, then analyze phase, then barulah kita tak buat keputusan terburu-buru. Kita tak jump into conclusion. Kita tak quick to judge, right? Because we have this phases for us to somehow set our mind and set our emotion supaya kita tak grumpy, kita tak quick to make this false decision, so on and so forth. So it's good lah, So ini adalah contoh, tak pernah nanti kau baca lah contoh ni, So kalau boleh nak buatlah sampai tutorial ni, tapi tak apa, baca je dulu. So you have you punya reflections and we'll see. Kalau ada soalan-soalan pun dia lebih kurang macam ni jugalah tutorial discussions. Alright guys, it's already 12:21 and that's the end of this long and lengthy slide chapter yang banyak moves around ethical and professional issues with this segmentations of the chapter outlines. Ada soalan ke? Okey ke tu?
Setakat ni tak ada, madam.
Okey, Alhamdulillah. Okay. So, kalau tak ada, I'll end the session and insyaAllah kita jumpa besok So besok aktiviti ataupun minggu ni aktiviti tutorial untuk 230 akan bersama Miss Norma. Untuk saya 2CS264. So kita tengoklah on progress project dan ada apa-apa yang berkaitan during activity nanti tutorial. Right class, with that I end the session with thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome.